Hello everybody, welcome back to some more GlitchCraft. We have made a ton of progress since the last episode. In fact, I think this one's actually going to be uploaded slightly earlier. It might be out on Friday, it might be out on Wednesday, possibly. I'm thinking about maybe, depending, because I'm playing on the server quite a bit, I might think about doing 2 episodes a week. Just kind of have to work out schedules. But this might go up on Wednesday, might go up on Friday. Depends on when I get it finished or not. But we've changed quite a bit around here. We have got now got a osmium compressor, an induction smelter. We have an enrichment chamber, magma crucible, fluid transposer, and I think, well, we've upgraded our energy cell as well. We've upgraded our flux ducts. Actually, I want to quickly go to a little clip I have. I was on the server a while ago, actually getting ready for this. In the actual clip, you can see that I haven't even got this energy cell properly set up yet. And a few other things aren't there yet, but we actually had quite a weird thing happen to us, so I'm going to quickly go to that, and you can see what happened to us on the server. Alright, so it's a bit weird what just happened. I'm in the middle of sort of just getting some stuff done. I went out exploring a bit, and, you know, I've just generally been getting some things sorted around here, you know, just got a new sword, you know, upgraded these conduits. In fact, I actually increased this energy cell, but it's actually outside. You might be able to see it's there. But something you may notice is there is a grave out there, which is mine. It's my grave. But I have all my stuff. All my stuff is in my inventory. Yeah, there's a grave out here, which must mean surely I died with nothing on me and had this all away, and for some reason I'm dead. If I press T, first off, you'll see all the TPS stuff, because I was checking if the server was... I don't know if this error is my internet or the server lagging, so I had to do a little check. But if we look here, this is me testing the ticks per second. We're at 20, it looks like, so on all the worlds. So I think it should be... like, as far as I know, it's not difficult, but or not having trouble. Maybe it just caught up. But I was slain by myself. Yeah, there was floating me. In fact, I have had a digital miner here. You can see I've got some stuff, and I actually don't know what any of my items are. Maybe it's on this body. But this is my grave. I killed myself. Basically, I didn't even mean to. I kind of jokingly did it. I was floating here, you know, with my crescent hammer out like this for whatever reason. I think I was picking up the digital miner. And came over here and went boom, 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 attacked it, went over here, tried to do some stuff with these windmills because I was trying to, like, replace, or I was trying to take them down and then replace them so I could, like, I need to get rid of these bounding boxes, really. But, yeah, I was trying to take them off, put them back, see if the lag was still there. And then this guy suddenly started taking damage. So, what I thought I'd do is record this little bit and we can see, am I going to drop all my items? Oh, it looks like I did. I'm so glad that this happened on this server specifically, because otherwise it would be, like, I guess frowned upon. But I, in theory, just duplicated my inventory. I now have 2 armored jetpacks, 2 full gas canisters, or gas tanks, some extra, I guess I had 17 on me, so I have 34 redstone energy flux ducts, an extra bow, a ring of protection. I have all these stuff on me. Oh! I don't have those things on me. Well, I guess I can at least have them back. But we also have a second bag, which looks like it contains everything that was in there, and I can actually take this mundane amulet and at least place it here just for the meantime. But looks like we've duplicated this. It's not amazing. We got some extra dimlets. I don't know if they'll be the same same stuff. We got some extra spawners, I guess. An extra diamond sword. Not really too much extra. Massive. I kind of wish I had some, like, spare stuff in it. I can actually repair this sword. There we go. That one gives us 8 attack damage, so that's pretty nice. We got a bow. We got more arrows. Got this really... our pickaxe back. But I'd say the most amazing one is the fact that I have 2 gems of Salibrity, or however you're supposed to pronounce it. I guess I could be nice and give it to Chrono if he wants it. I kind of have to hope that I got all that right. I kind of want to see if my config is still there. Yep. But yeah, we've mined quite a bit. I kind of do wish that there was a bit more inventory-wise I had in there. But it's pretty interesting that that happened. It looks like, as I said, that there's a few things that it maybe didn't duplicate. It looks like it didn't duplicate the skeleton egg. I guess I was about to say we can test it, but it won't shift click, so I guess it's working. I guess they sort of like fuse together maybe, but it didn't duplicate these. That was interesting. Everything else, it seems it made two of. I kind of wish we had, as I said, a bit more of a rarer item on us, because then I could, I don't know, just something rare that, like, I guess is hard to get or something like that. I guess we ain't have 2 hang gliders. Something like a soul fragment. Imagine having, like, us being able to duplicate a soul fragment. That'd be pretty cool. Actually, I do know how to do that, but I'm going to wait until we get to soul fragment territory to do that, I think. Because soul fragments, for people who don't know, is a very useful thing that can make a reinforced watering can, which is extremely useful if you're trying to grow stuff. It requires you to use an ethereal sword, I think it's called ethereal sword, which you make with unstable ingots, and it takes 10% of your health away, so it takes 1 of your hearts away from you, and you can replace it if you sort of eat it, I guess, back or right click on it. So when we get to that stage, I might go into the whole duplication glitch thing, which I still have to start going towards, because we can cheat on here, which is pretty cool. But I will place this somewhere in the episode, I guess, possibly somewhere near the start, though I have no idea. Yeah, I'll see you back in the episode. So yeah, pretty much you can see we due to, again, I don't know what the problem was. I don't know if it was my internet or the server being slow. I kind of am thinking it's more my internet, since the ticks per second were at 20, which is the standard as far as I remember. You know, it seemed like the server was fine. It might have just been my internet acting up. But we actually got quite a few items. I've actually been out quite a bit, so you can see I've got quite a few more items. But we have stuff like, we have our second armor jetpack. We actually already have one on, so we have that. We have I can't actually see any more that are in here. Any specifically cool items, I guess. We do have our old hardened energy cell that you saw there as well, and a few other things that are just scattered around. I don't think there's anything in these around too much. But yeah, we essentially ended up duplicating our items. Actually, come to think of it, where is our gem? That might be so for example, we have our gem here, the same gem we have here, which is pretty cool. Again, I'm not sure what I'll do with it. I don't know if I'll give it to Flame or Chrono. Depends on how I feel. I might keep it just as a backup, just in case I somehow do die. Yeah, since then, we've obviously upgraded this, and we got a few more items around. These all the mechanism ones all have 8 energy and 8 speed upgrades in them. It's pretty cool. We have a digital miner out here, which has been mining a lot. I'll actually show how much it's been mining in a minute. We have another redstone energy cell, second one, just because I preferred the 8,000 output, considering I'm getting 8,000 from these redstone energy flux ducts. These are actually being there's basically turbines up there. Not as many as maybe I would prefer, but I was low on resources at the time. Osmium was something I didn't have a lot of, so I kind of stopped after a while. But we do have a lava fabricator, is set up to this switch, and you know, it's a lot easier than having this creating our lava, so I made that just for that. And we've been doing a lot of mining. Something I actually want to check with this is every so often when I clicked reset, it would come back and it would start mining, like it would find more, but it doesn't look like it's doing that now. So it looks like we have, in the 32 by 32 area around here, we have pretty much gotten rid of everything. As you can see from in here, we have quite a lot of ores, more ores than I think I'll ever need to go through, and we also have some more in here. So we have quite a bit of titanium, quite a bit of shiny, quite a few diamonds. There's actually over a stack in here. There you go, plus the 35, plus the 13 that are in here. Quite a bit of gold in the other ones. Iron, coal. Coal is probably the main one. quite a lot of redstone, quite a lot of all these other really cool things, shiny titanium I said before, and also some air infused stuff, the infused stone from Thorncraft. But actually the one we really want to focus on today is the fact that we have charged Certus quartz ore. I'm actually getting quite a bit of lag, I have no idea why, it's a bit worrying. But we have charged Certus quartz ore now, which means, first off I'm going to have to get a pickaxe that, I'm just going to get this one. Oh, I need one that actually can mine that level. So this will work. We can get charged Certus quartz, which means we can actually get started on some Applied Energistics things, because as you might be able to see, basically we're kind of running out of storage, especially when it comes to these guys. And considering we're going to be doubling pretty much every single ore in here, we're not going to have enough space. Though I guess in some regard, we're not going to have enough space generally, but there are some, like all these different types of copper ore that are like, half stacks are being wasting spaces. So we're not going to take up exactly double, but pretty much double the inventory in there, which is what I'd say maybe 3 and a bit diamond chests. So we maybe need like 7. And we'd nearly be full. So yeah, and also it's going to take a ton of time because of these basic machines for now. But what I'm actually going to plan to do is at least get a tiny bit into Applied Energistics, just get a basic system up so I can start doing stuff. This isn't actually going to be my base. I'm actually thinking I'm going to have a sky base. I kind of want to have a massive circle in the air with like multiple platforms in the air this time around. I think it'll be pretty cool. I like the idea of having all the wires and stuff rooted under, so you can maybe see them, but it'll still be pretty cool. But I'll play that idea and then we can see what we're doing. But first, we need to make a few Applied Energistics things. So first thing we need to actually make is a charger. Now we do have a ton of charge Certus quartz ore out there, but we do need a charger just generally. So it's kind of why we got all this together. We need a charger from this, and this we need iron. Pretty easy, especially with the amount of iron we have out there. But we need some fluix crystals, which means we need nether quartz and redstone. Redstone is obviously something we have quite a lot of, especially thanks to this enrichment chamber. And we have some nether quartz around the place somewhere. Actually don't know. There is some here. So I think if we do all 5 that we have, we can quickly do. I want to kind of. I think today. Well, actually, no. I normally do quite long episodes when it comes to this. So hopefully, there we go. Unnatural. So now we have some flux crystals, so we can get a charger going. We need to expand, because that's one of the reasons I've been thinking about what actually my base is going to be, because I am running out of space just generally. So I don't actually think this is powered by. You might be able to power it on the side. There you go. So we can now actually charge flux. Oh, not flux crystals. We can charge Certus quartz into charged Certus quartz, so we can actually make some more fluix crystals, which is pretty cool. So if we go to, if I could spell, my god, Applied Energistics. We need an ME controller. That's the main thing. So that's our core of the system. To get that, we need some skystone blocks. That's just put 4 skystone through a furnace. That's fine. We need some pure flux crystals, which means we need essentially a puddle of water and a lot of time, or a crystal growth accelerator, or preferably a crystal growth chamber, which I think is what I might go for, and an engineering processor, which is actually, come to think of it, something I might have. We have a logic press, so we are going to have to go out and we are going to have to find another meteor. So I'm actually going to go out, find another meteor, I guess, and yeah, I'm going to see if I can get what I need. Okay, so now we have this thing, which is the meteor compass, which is a really cool thing. And as you can see, it's in our taskbar. It's going to give us a little directions towards the nearest meteor, provided it doesn't bug out like it seems to be doing every 5 seconds. But yeah, over in this direction we should have a meteor, and hopefully, I actually think I've been up this area that much. Oh, seems to be right under us. So we're gonna have to go digging, looks like. But yeah, hopefully we can find this meteor, and hopefully it has the correct stuff that we need. Well, unfortunately, this one seems to be a calculation press, so that is not something we're looking for. And it also does mean that this compass is going to be a bit iffy, because in order to actually stop it pointing towards that one, we would have to get rid of every piece of skystone, which is an absolute pain. So we're just going to fly around a bit over here until it sort of realizes or finds a new meteor that isn't that one, and hopefully that doesn't take too long. Okay, so we found the engineering processor, which is pretty nice that that whole thing happened. We're just currently refueling the jetpack, just because there's a lot of flying around to find that stuff, and sometimes you have to fly very far away for the meteor compass to actually realize that you don't want to be going to that place anymore. But we did find, I think we now have every single type. We have a silicon press, 2 logic presses, an engineering process, or press, sorry, for the engineering processor, and a calculation press. Now, obviously, that's fine and dandy, but we need an inscriber. So for the current time, okay, that's not what I thought it was. We're not going to go with the advanced inscriber. That's going to be something we do later on. The reason for that is because it makes the automation a tiny bit easier than having to do some sort of weird things with the normal inscriber. So that's very useful for later when we automate stuff. But for now, it doesn't really matter. So all we need for this is just 5 iron, or 7 iron if you include this, 2 pistons, or 2 sticky pistons, and some fluix crystals. So we actually have some gelatinous slime, which works exactly the same as normal slime, which is really nice. We're just gonna then do this and throw 2 of those in there. We're gonna then get 8 of that, 2 of those, and then I guess we can pick up 2 of those as well. Make some pistons. Boom. Make some sticky pistons. We can get some fluix crystals wherever I put them, and then we need 5 in here. I think they are back in here. There we are. So I think it was only 1 that was needed. Am I correct? I am indeed correct, and hopefully my jetpack is now refueled. We can have our nice actual power back, and it's going to stop us getting to the induction smelter as easily, but we're not going to have this here forever. So we can now do that. We actually need some diamonds, which I don't actually think I have any diamonds just out ready to be used. So let's actually go here. You can use this in the enrichment chamber ever so quickly. Funny you could have like fortune upgrades to those. That would be such an easier thing to have. But we have 2 diamonds now. That should be fine. We actually need the... Let's go back to Applied Energistics. My god. There we go. Applied Energistics, we need 4 pure fluix crystals. We need the engineering processor on that. So we need to get pure fluix crystals. So we need crystal growth accelerators. But we're actually going to go for the crystal growth chamber just because of the easiness of the whole thing. We have hoppers spare somewhere, chests are easy. Fluix cables are a bit more difficult to make than those 2. And then we need the crystal growth accelerators. So I'm actually going to quickly have a look at what we have here. So if we're going to get 6 of these, we need 12 cables, 24 iron, we need 12 quartz glass, and we need 6 fluix blocks, which is going to be a lot of fluix crystals. This is going to be our main concern, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 of those, and then we need to do that 3 times. So we need 15 quartz. And I guess the actual cool thing we can do here is, providing that creeper doesn't come up and annoy us, we can actually, let's get 5 of these. And I think, if I'm correct, in the enrichment chamber, this does make quite a quite a lot in the enrichment chamber. Let's just let these two extra redstones do its job. And if I remember correctly, it turns into the crystal, or the dusts anyway, but it'll make quite a bit for us, which is nice. So we have that. We just need some sand. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is just going to go in here. And I really feel like I need to get an alloy smelter just because then we can get easier upgrades into there. But we are getting, what was it, 4 I think from each one? Yeah, 4 from each thing. And unfortunately it does take the charged Certus quartz and just turn it into regular dust. So kind of an annoyance. However, it's something that we can deal with. Obviously, we are able to charge things now, so that is perfectly fine. So we're going to need 24 iron as well. So it's actually quite a lot of the iron that we actually already have. And we actually need fluid crystals, or fluid cables as well. In fact, we need, I wrote 12, we actually need 13 because we have this. So we're going to have to create 5 sets of these, which is going to be quite a bit of, we need 6 extra quartz, which I guess we'll get from, we have already. But we need the extra sand, so I think that's how you make them. Indeed. So we can throw this sand in here, let it do its job. We can take these quickly, and this way we actually have some sort of basis. Right, so let's do this. So that's going to make 16. We actually only need 12. I guess fluid glasses, or quartz glass, is useful in some cases. I also guess we used all our quartz for that, didn't we? Indeed we did. I think that was a creeper outside my door, which is a bit scary. I always lag when I'm hitting creepers. It is the most scariest thing I think that you can ever have happen to you. Every time I attack a creeper, I get a lag spike. Still don't know the reason behind those, but it is insanely scary when it happens. And multiple times did it actually nearly blow up my my wonderful digital miner, which kind of sucked. So what do we need to do now? I guess we can turn 14 of it into Certus quartz, and then we're going to need some 14, I think. We'll turn stuff into a ton of charged quartz, and then we'll make a ton of fluix crystals. And I guess I'll see you, because it's going to take a while, I'll see you when we actually have the materials sorted out in order to make the crystal growth chamber. Alright, so we have now got all the materials ready. We've got the achievements that pertain to it. As you can see, quite a lot of achievements going on here. I guess that's what we get for starting with a new mod. But we have our crystal growth chamber here. I was hoping that we were actually going to get some AE out of it, but I guess I'm thinking maybe I can connect it up to here. Okay, no, that's not going to work, because that's at the front. But maybe we could get it connected somewhere, and then hopefully it could like maybe get power. Doesn't look like it, so looks like we might have to make an energy acceptor. I'll make sure I pick that up. An energy acceptor, which is pretty simple. I guess that's where the 4 extra quartz glass comes in handy, and then we need 4 iron alongside that. So let's get 4 iron. We can get a energy acceptor, and I guess what we can do in terms of having the energy acceptor is a pretty cool thing. I guess what we can do is we can probably move this. Hopefully that's not going to like kill our power at all. For now, we can sort of get rid of these. These are actually not going to ever be used again, considering the power we have and the fact that this is an output now rather than an input. I didn't actually need to place that there, but we can place that there. That'll be fine. And what I'm going to do is just basically destroy the ground a bit, and we're going to set up some. Right, that can go in the ground there. That's going to get some power. Inscriber, you can go there, and I'm actually going to just throw you back down there, you should be getting power still, and we're still able to get to the induction smelter, so everything kind of works in a way. But now we have this. This is going to be extremely useful. We are just going to need a bit of sand. In terms of how much we need, I'm not really sure how much, in fact, we do need. Let's go with a decent number. Let's go with 16, and then we can pulverize 16 of these up. Actually, no, it's not even that, is it? Oh no, we do have to pulverize, so let's get... how many is that? 12? 13, 14, 15, 16. I think that is correct. Yeah. So we can put the 16 sound with the 16 fluid dust, and it should, a lot quicker, get this. So that's 32 of these now, and they should, at about 1% per second without any upgrades, increase. And I don't actually remember how much acceleration upgrades are. So let's have a quick look. They aren't actually that much. We just need to get the calculation processor, which is meaning that we have to we'd have to make 2 pure fluix crystal or Certus quartz, which wouldn't be actually that difficult, especially considering our creation method of Certus quartz. So I guess we're there. If we do that, we can actually quickly make some accelerator upgrades for this crystal growth chamber, and I think that'll help us along quite a lot. So let's throw this one in here. This should be easily enough to get this done, and then we just need to do those. Actually, no, we don't even need to do that. But again, we have the 2 spare. So let's then quickly... I need a good sand creation method, because I'm running out. And I guess I actually only needed 1, but let's quickly... we now have the pure fluix crystals, which is awesome. So we can actually get on to creating the thing in a second. But we're just going to quickly, I think, make some acceleration upgrades for this, because I think that's going to be a very useful thing to have around the place. So we just need, I guess, some more diamonds. I guess I can take 2 diamond ore out of here. It's not like we're in short supply all that much. So let's do that. We're going to need 4 in total. Whilst this... doing that, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are running out, very much so. And 1, 2, I think, is all I need. Done, done, yep. And I guess I can always keep these on me. So at least take 1 of each. Oh, actually, silicon. I just realized silicon is going to be an awkward one. We are going to have to create a sag mill to get that. Sag mills aren't that expensive, I guess, but I am going to ever so quickly throw this iron in there because we are running out and we are not going to have enough. That's creative mode. Thinking cap. Craft. Okay, I have no idea what that is. But yeah, we're going to need quite a bit. So we're going to need some gold. I actually don't know. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some redstone. Let's just take a stack or so. Some gold. I think it was, no, it's copper is what it was. And I actually completely forgot we needed a sag mill because I actually just completely forgot in general that that in this way the mod pack is made, you can't just pulverize. You can't pulverize gravel. I think is the original one. You just used to pulverize gravel, but in this version, they made it so you don't do that, and you do something different instead. So do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we should now be okay, other than the flint and sag mill. There we go. So sag mill, we can throw that up there. That's actually perfect that we have that extra side now. And we're gonna have to. I wonder how sag mill. I don't know what sag mill makes of cobble. Kind of hope it's sand. Yeah. So let's throw a ton of cobble through there. I won't worry about upgrades for too long because really we're not going to be using it for much. And we can just do it in the background. Actually, whilst I am waiting, I'm actually going to quickly throw the sand in there. I want to see if we can get at least... I guess we need at least 2. So... that's 1. So we can make this Oh no, we need 3. I guess. That's gonna suck. Right, so we need to do a calculation press, and in that calculation press we are gonna have the pure Surges quartz, if I remember correctly. Wrong one. Where is it? There we are. That's going to create... Actually, it would be kind of good if we had 3, I guess, because then we could share them out and we have 6, and then we can have both in the inscriber and the thing. Okay, we're going to be stupid with it. We need actually 4 silicon. Whatever. It's going to be useful in the future, and yeah. So let's... Oh, I guess I need to do silicon press. Yeah. So it looks like sand also goes through a lot quicker than cobble does, so that's at least something on our side. But the percentage chance doesn't seem to be too high of us actually getting the correct output. Let's actually have a little check what the thing is. It is a 50% chance, apparently. I am inclined not to believe that 100%. But if it says so, then I guess I have to kind of believe it. But yeah, as I said, we need an easier way of making sand. I guess we can have a little look. Crusher, I guess. We could try, and yeah, I guess a sag mill is the most effective way. You have a 100% chance of making sand from cobble, and it cuts out the entire gravel middle step. So I'm actually also surprised we haven't seen any gravel, even though it's only a 10% chance. It seems kind of weird that we haven't seen it yet. So let's do that quickly. Oh, and then we have some silicon. So that actually is perfect, because that is the remainder of the silicon that we need, which is good. And I've been rambling on about this for ages. This is actually probably going to be either a very long episode or sort of cut up a bit, but overall we're going to make a ton of progress. I think that's the main thing behind it. I've been playing on this over a ton, so I'm really happy that we're actually getting a lot of progress done. I've actually not really been doing much else other than this and playing Lord of the Rings Online, so you know, when it comes down to it, I guess, you know, I can play on it as long as I want, and then I'll still be happy. So let's get the last one in, and then acceleration cards, I think, are our first port of call, which I just also realized we have to make one more set of diamond ore for, because we just used the last diamond on the acceleration thing. So we are gonna... And I guess I don't have the iron for it. Now I do. I was wondering why it wouldn't make 3. Six acceleration cards, 3, and then... Does this take 4? Oh no, I threw 1 in the input. Oh, that bit with the redstone for some reason. I guess that's a weird way that's set up, that it could actually do that, but I guess it kind of makes sense since this is supposed to be an open slot. Anyway, these two are very, very powered now, so that should be good. That's always going to be a bit slow no matter what, but hopefully we can get past that at some point, and we can maybe set up a few of those. And we got the energy acceptor, which doesn't seem to be taking too much power, or at least not as much power as we are creating, which is good. And this is now sleeping, so that's good. And we can now go on to making a ever so lovely Emmy controller once we have found some skystone, which is obviously a pretty easy thing to find, especially when you find giant meteors of the stuff. And from there we are going to be able to go and create an AE system, where I kind of have to think I'm probably going to have to place it here so that it's taking the energy from the energy acceptor and can still output. So that's going to be probably the plan there. But we are going to go do that, so we actually minimize the amount of stuff that's on the screen, and replace this one. So now we have an ME controller, which is kind of like our battery at this point. That is all it is functioning as, which is going to hold everything in here. So it's holding 8 killer AE out of 8. So, you know, these guys will not just be drawing directly from the power. We have a little backup just in case something happens, which I don't think anything's going to end up happening, I don't think. And I'm just going to place this one here because I think this is where I'm going to have my terminal. I'll probably have the terminal in the floor just to start off with, just so we have that. But I'm going to go clear up my inventory and see what we need to make a drive and a drive. What is it? What's it called? Yeah, just an ME drive, and then we need to make a few 1K drives, which is something I'll do. And yeah, then I'm gonna see if I can transfer my items, especially these ores, over to it. Actually, we might go for some 4K drives just to be cool on the first time, because otherwise it's going to fill up incredibly fast. But yeah, I'll clear up my inventory and sort all that stuff out and see you in a second. Alright, so here we are a tiny bit later, and I'm thinking I have all the materials that we now need for this whole thing. So if I go back to my notepad, we're going to be creating 4 things now. First off is going to be an ME drive to store drives, obviously, or storage cells as they are called. We're going to make an ME terminal, and then we're going to upgrade that into a crafting monitor. Crafting terminal, I can't remember which one it is, but it'll basically be the same thing but allow us to craft. And then we're also going to create a 4K ME storage cell. We're going to create one now, and I'll do a few others after. So let's go back to this, and we'll see where we need to go. So this one's pretty simple, as you can see. We just have some engineering processes that need to be made, which essentially just means we have to go here, we have to throw this in here, and this is actually going to be a lot quicker now. As you can see, we have the 3 acceleration upgrades in here, so everything is going to be a lot easier to do. And actually, that come to think of it, we might as well do all 10 of the silicon presses now, or printed silicon, because we are going to need 10 total. We are going to be creating, if I go back to my other notepad, we are going to be creating 2 engineering processes overall. We're going to be creating 6 logic processes, which is what the 6 gold is for, and we're going to be creating 2 calculation processes. So in total, we're going to be creating 10 processes, which is, you know, pretty simple once we've finally got enough silicon to do that. And I actually need to end up upgrading the sag mill at some point if we're going to be carrying on creating silicon the way we are, which looks like that's going to be how we go, because I don't actually think there is any other way in which we can actually create it, which is a bit saddening, but I guess, you know, that's what we get. So next, going to throw the logic one in there. We might as well actually just get all these done now whilst we can. And as I said, we're going to be creating 6 of these, and then we're going to be creating the calculation presses. That's right, and we're going to be using 2 pure Cetus quartz in order to do that, which we had to make some more of, which I'm so glad we had the upgrades in the growth chamber, because it made it a lot easier. It goes up by about 2% every second, which is incredibly fast and incredibly useful to have it doing. Makes everything, you know, it shortens that waiting time in between doing everything. So, you know, just generally it's a useful thing for us to have. And as I kind of said, you know, it will just make everything quicker. So that's all the processes. And I thought I actually got attacked then, but then I realized. But first we're going to be creating the drive, as I said, and as I said, it is pretty simple. We actually need to get some of those fluixed, or ME glass cables, or fluix cables, or whatever they are called. So we're going to be creating that. That's our ME drive. Pretty simple there. Then we're going to go back over to here. We're going to get our ME terminal, which is not that difficult actually. We just need to make some of the formation cores, as well as we need to make 2 annihilation cores to do that. And oh, that's actually one thing I forgot. We need to make an illuminated panel, we actually get 3, which is perfect, really, because in the end we are going to have 3 terminals that we actually end up using, which is going to be the crafting terminal, the interface terminal, and the pattern terminal. That's the one. And yeah, crafting terminal, a much bigger table, yep, because we get the entire inventory towards ourselves. And then we're just left off with a few things. These are annihilation cores. They can probably be thrown into a ME interface at some point, because if I remember correctly, yep, they require formation and an annihilation core, which is pretty good. So next we need to make a 4K ME storage cell, which is pretty nice. I always love the fact that a 4K ME storage component is made up of 3 1K ME storage components. It kind of doesn't make sense in your head, but then you're lucky, or you're happy it kind of works like that, because it means you're technically spending less. But just going to be a quick and simple, better than chests. We are going to, I guess we are going to have the drive there, which means it'll be connected just from both of these, actually. Either way, it was going to be connected. It was either connected to that one, or that one, and that one. Unless I put it here, which would be awkward. And yeah, a few things. So we're going to have that in there, and then I'm going to quickly throw this one down there. I think that's just how we're going to have it for the moment. And this is going to allow us to store quite a few things in here. As I said before, I'm going to create a few of these off screen, because as you can see, we actually already have 14 types in here, and we've already used up like 1/10 of the space on there. And considering this stuff, especially when it actually gets processed at any point in time, that's going to take up a lot of space. So I might upgrade these or add another drive set over here, or some other things. But I'm also going to be at some point planning out the move that we're going to be doing, which I have to sort of plan out the entire base, I guess, still. But yeah, we're going to be moving at some point to a bigger area, because although I would have loved to live in the volcano, it's kind of a pain sometimes, and I kind of decided against it later. So at some point we are going to probably go up in the sky. I was kind of wary to go in the sky because of the other people on the server. If they want to come over, that can be a pain. But I guess I do have a spare jetpack, so I can lend that out, and I can also add teleporters if we get a Enderman or Ender Pearl farm, which is good, because I also found some Ender Lilies whilst scouting around under some of these Thorncraft trees. So we do have that ability. I think I have 7 overall, which can set up a little farm and be fine, as well as killing Endermen just generally. But I think that's going to be it for today. We made a little farm, not a little farm, a little AE system, which seems to be, going along pretty well. Yeah, as I said, I don't know whether or not it's going up on Wednesday or Friday. If it goes up on Wednesday, you can possibly expect another video up on Friday on the server, because I'm trying to... I want to get a lot done, but I want to record it. Like, I don't want to do stuff and not record it and then have to spend ages explaining, so I might end up doing 2 a week or stuff like that. I don't know, or just super long ones. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you potentially on Friday, as I said, if this goes up on Wednesday, or next week otherwise. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.